Thank you. So in samsara, it often happens that people speak rudely to us. They blame us for things we didn't do. They criticize us, even for things we did do. It happens all the time, doesn't it? And it happens to all of us. So it's very important to realize when this happens that, if somebody is upset and lashing out at us, they're actually saying more about themselves than they are about us. They're saying, I'm in pain, I'm stressed out, I'm frazzled and I need some kindness and understanding. That's what they're saying. Of course, they don't say it in those words. It would be so much nicer if they said it in those words, wouldn't it? But they say it in the words of, you did this and you did that and blah, blah, and I don't like this. Okay? So, so we have to listen to what they're really saying. That's one thing, you know, and be able to have some understanding and compassion for them. A second thing is to, if we played some role in it, and usually we had some role, big, small, medium, to own up to that and to let them know, yes, I own this part of it and I regret that. And then a third thing to do is, and I find this extremely helpful, is to remember that, uh, my highest aspiration is to become a bodhisattva and then a Buddha. And people criticize bodhisattvas all the time. When the Buddhas were alive, lots of people criticized him and blamed him and talked badly to him. And, once I complained to my teacher, oh, all these people are speaking badly about me. And he said, well, people criticize the Buddha too. So it's like, well, duh, if they're going to criticize the Buddha, of course they're going to criticize me. Definitely more reason to criticize me. But then I thought, if my aspiration and my role model are the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, then since they get criticized a lot, because whenever you try and help sentient beings, you get criticized, then if that's my aspiration, I have to get used to getting criticized. Okay? And I have to get used to people speaking rudely to me. Because if I want to be a bodhisattva, but every time somebody disagrees with me or speaks rudely to me, I crumble, I'm not going to be able to do very much to benefit sentient beings. They're going to have to scrape me off the floor. So, to see these kinds of incidents when they happen is, okay, this is my training ground. Yeah, if I want to be a bodhisattva, I have to strengthen my own mind so that these kind of situations don't topple me. They don't make me dissolve or crumble. And I just get used to them, you know? The way we get used to lots of things, is too hot. You get used to it being too hot. You know, your little toe hurts. You get used to it. So people criticize. You get used to it. This is what happens in samsara, you know. And my practice is to make my own mind strong, so that I can actually become a bodhisattva and become a Buddha, because you have to have a strong mind. Yeah. Can you imagine? For like His Holiness Dalai Lama, people criticize him all the time. Yeah. Can you imagine if every time somebody criticized him, he just like went limp and said, I mean, yeah, that's that's not going to happen. Um, you know, so to really see making our minds strong is part of our practice, and that means we just get used to this stuff so that it's like, okay, that happened. I don't need to get all bent out of shape because of it. And life goes on. And that's a good skill to have, don't you think? Because where are you ever going to go where everybody treats you well and speaks to you nicely? Yeah, if you find that place, let me know. Yeah, and then I'll scold you for not having found it earlier. And then you can practice fortitude with me because I'm criticizing you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you think all the bodhisattvas in Amitabha's Pure Land agree with all of your ideas? Yeah, so how are you going to get to be reborn in Amitabha's Pure Land? It's not by having a meltdown every time, something happens. Okay. Yeah. But, do you really think all the bodhisattvas there? And also because there's a lot of sentient beings there. They're not all bodhisattvas. I mean, think of what Amitabha has to put up with, all those bodhisattvas. I got born in the ninth lotus. How come? I don't like the ninth lotus. I want to be born in the first lotus. Yeah, all these sentient beings, I'm sure they complain to Amitabha. Yeah. I wonder if he has a complaint department there. It has a standard response when everybody replies, practice Dharma, send. Yeah. Okay.